everybody else up. So.
Well, somebody else might have the same question, so I'll be happy to show you.
We're logged out of the internet now. So.
Okay. All right. So that's the stats. Just real quick, I want to show you on MAXRIX, or I'm sorry, on MARISnet.com, or in the help section, on your blue menu bar, there's the MAXRIX manual, and the stats are in there. Again, step by step, it'll walk you through how to do those stats. All right, has little practice ones. You can practice doing them if you want to. All right, but that's just the blue stats tab. Create customized statistical reports. You could do that by subdivision. I mean, you could do all the subdivisions you farm, area, zip code, and then if you're getting ready to go out on an appointment, it's just a quick link to all of those. You can print them and email them and be out the door. All right, so next question. Somebody asked about what if I want to do auto updates, things like that. So I'm going to cover that. There are, again, some handouts on MARISnet.com. I'm just going to go back there for 1 second. So if you log into MLS through MARISnet.com and you go to support, there are handouts and documents here that can be helpful to you. One of them is called MAXRIX Hot Sheet Searches. And I'm going to touch on some things from that handout right now. There's also under frequently asked questions, so under the FAQs on MARISnet.com, this is where we started logging all of the tips of the days that we've been posting as login messages. So there's things here like the favorite searches, which is a topic I'll cover in regards to updating your search information. There's also setting your default search criteria, which we covered a little earlier, that little blue disc that allows you to save. So a lot of the things we'll talk about today are available here under frequently asked questions. I can't say that word very well. All right, so let's go back into MAXRIX, and I'm going to talk about quick updates for searches that you run on a regular basis. I'll also touch on auto email, kind of tie all that in together before we move on to some of the realist topics. What I'm going to show you right now is on your homepage somewhere you're going to have a little widget that says my favorite searches. And I think this is probably one of the features that's not taken advantage of. People aren't aware that they have this little feature that can be very, very helpful to you. And what it is you can save up to 10 searches as favorite searches on your homepage. And I'm going to show you how to do that in just a moment. And then with the click of a button, you can get your update on, I'm sorry, I have this little allergy, itchy throat. Will you edit that out? Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, you're going to share your water with me?
You want it?
Sure.
Catch.
That, see, Xavier does get his football skills from me.
I know.
But it's me. I just have to close my eyes and make that face, but I can catch it. All right.
Sam Bradford, ladies and gentlemen.
So the favorite searches, you can have up to 10 of those right here on your homepage, and I'm going to show you in a moment with the click of one link, you could get updated on all 10 of your most important searches that you run every day. But before I do that, I want to just show you a couple other things so that you realize how great this little feature is. So we'll come right back to that, to the favorite searches. But anytime you save a search in the system, whether it's a regular old save search, an auto email for a client, a hot sheet search, anytime you save any kind of search, you can always go to My MAXRIX, and this is the long way. I'm going to show you the shortcut in a minute, but you can always go to My MAXRIX and save searches, and all the searches you've ever saved, including searches that you had saved in Rapatoni that came over, are in here. And if it came over from Rapatoni, it'll say import after it. So you can see that I have a ton of those in here as well. And if you click on the name of any of these searches that you have in your saved searches, I'm going to just do a quick demo here on one of them. If I click on the name of one of those searches, you get a series of buttons. All right? You can change the settings. You can revise your criteria. But the one I want to focus on right now is called your Market Update. And if we click on Market Update, this will remember the last date and time to the second that you ran that particular search, or it'll allow you to go ahead and say, I want to go back to whatever date. So it does both, all in one screen. So here it's telling me, Katie, the last time you ran this was yesterday at 9:39 a.m., almost 9:40 a.m., all right? And if I want to get an update and see, okay, what has happened since the last time that I've looked at this search, I click search and it'll do that. All right, so any search at all that you have saved in the system, anytime you want, you could go in and run a market update like that. All right, and it's going to show you what has happened since the last time you looked at it, or you could plug in a date if you wanted to and say, go back to this date, I want to see everything that's happened since then. Yes?
With these searches, are these similar to like our auto searching that we did with the last system? Where you get an email that says when a new house comes up in a certain subdivision
Right.
that you're interested in?
This is not quite like that. This is more like a hot sheet or update just for you. And in a second, I'll talk about how you can send stuff to customers and clients. But whether it's a search just for you or a search for a customer or a client, those would all be found under My Matrix Saved Searches. It kind of puts everything that you have saved.
But you're
on.
going back as a manual search. At
Right,
that point.
because-
You have to be searching for it.
Right.
It's not going to go, hey, there's a new house listed.
Exactly, and I'm going to show you that in just a minute too. But this is more so just things that you might be tracking for your own personal information, not necessarily for a customer or client. All right?
Okay.
So that tells me here that 9 things have happened. Now again, right now I'm just in a single line display. And this is not even just related to what I'm telling you right now about market updates. This is just a general note that anytime you run a search in the system and you're looking at results, one of your display options is a hot sheet display. So anytime you're looking at properties on the screen, you could switch it to the hot sheet display, and that's going to add a column that's going to tell you what's happened with this property. So I could see if it was a new listing, or it's a back on market, or it would tell me if it was a price change recently. So anytime at all you're looking at property information, for any reason, you can always switch your display to hot sheet display, and you'd have that extra column that's going to tell you, is this a new listing? Has it had a recent price change? Did it recently come back on the market, etc. All right? So that was just a little kind of note about market updates. You can always click into My Matrix, Save Searches, and run a market update anytime you want on any search at all. All right?
If there's an abbreviation that comes up that you're not sure what it is there someplace to look?